During a workout, we create stress. Working out is stressful, but it's stress under control, which is really important. So at the end of a training session, we feel like it's really, really important to sort of drop the excess stress that was created from certain muscle groups so that you're not still feeling like revved up afterwards. So what we like to do is something we call the drop at the end of your training sessions. And you can use this in different parts of your body depending on what feels like it's talking the most after a training session. So we're just gonna go through, hey! So a lot of times it could be the front of the hips, it could be the traps and the neck, it could be like upper butt, low back, it could be into the lats. It could also be the outside of your quads, it could be your calves, it could be a lot of different things. It could be right in the middle of your gut. And so we wanted to go through some major muscles that we can sort of drop the stress of at the end of a workout. So the goal here is to put the muscle on a stretch, but then in the middle, like during the stretch, be able to create tension while exhaling and staying engaged and not panicking. So the goal is not to stress yourself out, but the goal is to create tension, but then release the tension, okay? So we do this in a very specific way, okay? So we're gonna start with the trap. So Chantel is just gonna start with one trap. You could do this two different ways. If you're sitting on something, you could hook your hand sort of under your chair, or if you're just sitting on the floor or standing, you could take that hand and go behind the back. So if we're we're stretching out the left trap, we're gonna put the left hand behind the back or hook it on the thing, whatever you're sitting on, okay? So what she's gonna do is she's gonna take her head on a stretch. So she's gonna take her hand, put it behind her head, and she's gonna bring her head down until she's feeling a nice stretch back here. Now the goal is not to just crank on the neck, but to really find this good stretch here. Now she's gonna inhale through her nose, and as she exhales through pursed lips, she's gonna press her hand into her head and her head into her hand, creating a little bit of tension. This should kind of feel like work. You might feel like you're still sweating. You might get a little shaky. And then she's gonna come off the stretch a little bit, and then she's gonna go back into the stretch. She's gonna inhale through the nose and then exhale through pursed lips. And I want you to imagine that while you're exhaling, you're trying to exhale through like the smallest straw on the entire planet. And then you can do this 3 to 5 to 10 times. Usually your body, when you come off the stretch, all of a sudden you're just like, and you get like a sigh of relief, and your body can let you know like, oh, I'm ready to move on. So we could do that on both sides. We're not gonna do that, but we're gonna do that just on one side, but you can do both. Next one, we are gonna stretch out sort of up into the psoas, but then also get the front of the quad. Now with this one, you can find something to just kind of balance on. Now, both legs are gonna participate in this, okay? But the main leg that we're looking for is the back leg, okay? But this front leg is gonna be a part of the party as well. So, yay! Chantel's gonna squeeze this back glute, okay? So she's gonna squeeze the glute, and we wanna make sure that we don't get overextended, okay? So when we say bring the hip forward, we're not just arching our back. So she's gonna squeeze the glutes. She's gonna pull this foot back this way to kind of activate. Can you feel your hamstring go? Okay. So her hamstring is going to be on, so almost like she's trying to pull the floor underneath her. Okay. She's squeezing this back glute. Now she's going to inhale, and as she exhales, she's going to pull this knee forward. So she's going to feel a nice stretch through the front of the hip. She might even get it up into her abs, and then in here, back into this hamstring. And then again, she's going to work and work and work and work. Good, smallest straw on the planet. So you can do this on both legs. Same thing goes for the lower body, like the feeling of, oh, okay, and I'm done. So we'll take a yoga pose of the child's pose. So you'll kneel, and now she's gonna take one hand, okay? She's gonna take one hand and reach it across her body. So she's gonna reach over, and she's looking to get this here, but she's pulling on the floor as she's exhaling and creating tension all through the lat. And again, like I said, you might get some into the rear delt, you might get some into the tricep. So that is the drop for the lat. Okay, so now we are going to drop the stress, drop the extra tension in the glutes. And we're looking more for the upper butt, low back area. So Chantella is going to straighten out one leg. Okay, actually let's do the other leg. Then they can see your butt. Okay, so now she's gonna pick up this leg and she's gonna reach it across her body. Now she's gonna take that opposite side hand and she's gonna put it on top of the knee, okay? So as she does this, so she's getting a nice stretch through the glute up in here. So now she's gonna inhale through her nose, and as she exhales through pursed lips, she's gonna press her hand into her leg and her leg into her hand, okay? Again, creating tension. You might not be able to see it now, but she's got some like little shakies going on, okay? And again, she's gonna inhale and then long exhale through pursed lips until the body sort of says like, I feel so much better. I feel so much better.
I do.
Yeah. Good. Another post-workout tool to use to just sort of calm yourself back down, down-regulate, stretch, is foam roller, or you can use one of these handy-dandy balls to do the same thing. This might be a little bit forgiving in some other areas. This is a little bit more useful in the abdominals. So we will get there in just a minute. But with the foam roller, okay, you can roll out all the things that we've been talking about. Chantel's gonna go on the outer quad for this one, okay? Now, with this is uncomfortable, okay? It's supposed to be uncomfortable. So find a spot on your body and on your leg where you kind of want to run away from it. And then from here, she could find a spot, sort of relax on it, inhale through her nose, and then exhale through pursed lips for as long as possible, smallest straw on the planet, okay? And allow that part of her body to just sort of melt into the foam roller as much as she can, okay? Now, another tool that you can use is some inhaling and holding and exhaling, okay? Now, to do this, she could find a spot, okay? She could inhale for 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, hold for 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, and then she's gonna exhale for 8 seconds, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then she could inhale for 4, hold 4, exhale for 8. Do a few sets on the spot that's feeling extra like I want to run away and I don't want to be doing this right now. So you can do that as well. You can use a foam roller all over your body, but it's a great post-workout tool. Now sometimes at the end of a workout, we're still feeling like we don't feel so good. We might feel a little bit stressed. We might feel like we left something on the table. This is great for kind of in the 4-pack, okay? So on the belly. So we can take this ball, Chantel's gonna lay down on her belly, and the ball's gonna go on one side of your 6-pack or the other. We're not looking to go really low with this. We're looking to stay pretty high, kind of underneath the rib cage. Okay, and then from here, she can just take some good inhales through the nose. She can exhale through pursed lips. Long exhales. We want to try to keep the shoulders relaxed and the head relaxed, okay? Sometimes when the back, maybe the low back's a little bit irritated after a workout, sometimes you can take the ball, put it on that same side 6-pack, and get some relief in the low back, upper butt. So you can spend as much time on this as you want. You probably don't want to spend a lot of time, okay? Maybe spend a minute or two on one side and then switch and move over to the other. Something that also helps is if she takes this opposite knee and brings the knee up to the side of her body, kind of like an army crawl, like she's gonna army crawl. Okay, we can also get a little bit more tension there, but it also relaxes the body a little bit more and just gives us a little bit more space to move and breathe.